Hey, my name is James Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Now in this video, we are expecting potentially a property crash. So how can you, as an investor or a soon-to-be investor, profit from that crash? This video is going to cover all of that and more, so make sure you stick around to the end. Now, very quickly, my name is James Nicholson. I'm a property investor of 23 years. I'm building my portfolio out, and this YouTube channel is all about taking you on that journey with me to see the good, the bad, and everything all about property investing. Now, I'm also building a portfolio for my two girls. I've got Georgia, who's 21. We've purchased two properties so far this year. We've bought a house in Doncaster. We've renovated the house. We've covered all of that on the channel, so you can go and check out the videos all about that. And we're building a portfolio for my little baby, Amelie. So join us on this journey. And how you can do that is take that finger of power, spin it around, guys, smash that subscribe button over there. Go on, do it right now. Smash the subscribe button and hit the bell notification, because that will notify you on all the new content. Look, there is a ton of stuff going on in the property world at the moment. We've had a huge impact from the mini budget last week. The pound plunged off the back of that. The Bank of England stepped in, said they're going to raise interest rates. And the market looked at potentially interest rates going to 6% from the Bank of England, which would mean 9 to 10% for us, which is crazy. But then today that has changed slightly. And now that's been revised downwards, which is good. So there's tons of stuff going on, and there's lots of uncertainty. And in uncertain times is when you can get some absolutely incredible deals that could set you up for the rest of your life. So what I want to talk about is what could you be doing right now to get some of those good deals from people that just need to sell? Well, look, what happened last week was insane. The Bank of England and the government didn't talk to each other, and that scared the market significantly, which is why we saw a fall in the value of the pound. We saw mortgage offers pulled. We saw new mortgage products pulled as well. And that means right now, a lot of chains have fallen apart. So what I mean by that is that 4 people selling a house, this person's buying from this person, who's buying from this person, from this person. If one of the people in the middle or the front or the end has suddenly lost their mortgage offer, all of those 4 sales could suddenly fall apart, couldn't it? And so maybe you've looked at some of those properties in the past and your offer wasn't one that was taken at the time. And right now, one of the smartest things that you can do is to follow up. So I've just done this, right? So I'm looking for new deals at the moment. I've just finished 2 of Georgia's deals. So I'm looking for something else that I need to get my teeth stuck into for myself this time. And I've been buying in auction recently, and I saw a deal that I really wanted to buy in auction. And it was so we're in October now. They didn't do one in August. So I think it was probably in July's auction. And I've noticed that it sold. Well, it sold in July. Like it got to a price that I wasn't happy with. And now it's back in the auction. So it's back in the October auction. So I've jumped on the phone and seen what happened there. And what happened was the buyer paid the deposit, as you do on an auction, once the auction completed. And for some reason, they couldn't get the finance that they needed, which they should have had in place before even bidding at an auction. It's a very brave person that doesn't have finance in place that does that. They didn't have that in place though, guys. And so they put their 10% deposit down, found out that they couldn't get finance, and they've had to walk away from the deal. So it's back in the auction. Now, unfortunately for them, what happens is the seller gets to keep that 10% deposit because you didn't complete. And so that's buyer has lost 10%, the seller's gained a 10%. And so we're having a conversation of buying that property outside of the auction now, because they're considering, and we'll know hopefully very soon, selling me that property at the price it sold at auction, less the 10%. So they would still get the money, but I would get a 10% reduction down to actually a lower price than I was happy to pay. So following up could be very, very good. So if you've viewed any properties or you've seen deals check, did they sell? Did they complete that transaction? Because if their chain is falling apart right now, maybe your offer could suddenly be a very, very good one. Now, another thing that you can do is you can check Rightmove for price changes. And so there's a good little app for Chrome, or extension they're called on Chromes, right? So Chrome is the web browser, the Google web browser. And if you Google property log, you can find a little extension that goes in. And then when you load up Rightmove, it tells you the history of the price on that property. So it will tell you prices that have gone up or prices that have gone down. And so that's good information to have. And so I saw a plot of land that I was looking at on there, and the price started at 20 grand and now it's gone to 25. Well, it hasn't sold. And so it'd be very good to know that information, because then you can go to the agent and say, well, hang on, you were looking for 20, what's changed? Can we get the deal done at a 20 or less? They were probably expecting offers at 20 anyway. And so having that information to go to the agent is obviously a good thing. And so if you can see prices that have gone down, maybe that means that seller is more motivated. And that's what you're looking for as a property investor, is motivated sellers. So that's a good thing to look at as well. And so next, I would look at the auctions. So auctions have historically, or recently, not historically, there's a good lot of deals in auctions, but recently auctions have been very, very expensive. And so some auctions have sold properties in 2020, 21 and 22 at a higher price than you might get with an agent, because people have got into bidding wars. There have been a lot of people that have been flush with cash, with bounce back loans and furlough schemes and all of this stuff. That means people have overpaid in auctions. Now, those people are not going to be in the auction moving forward, because this month, currently today, when I'm filming this, October the 3rd, a lot of mortgage deals have been pulled, right? Now, you might think, well, you don't buy with a mortgage at auction. You're correct. But you do need to be able to move it from cash if you buy with cash, or if you buy on a bridging loan, onto an auction. And so people will be hesitant to bid. And so if you're a cash buyer, auction prices, I bet you, in October, November and December this year, 2022, will be achieving lower prices. So that means you could be getting some very, very good deals at auctions. With funding pulled from the market, that is a window of opportunity that you don't often get. And also, I think as well, there will be people putting in properties to auction that just want to achieve today's price, just because they're worried that maybe the market will crash. And so if they can get that sold quickly, an auction could be a good route for them. So I think there'll be quite a bit of auction property going on in the next few months. So do check that stuff out. Another stuff that you could do is direct to vendor. And so you can find people that aren't listed with an agent yet. And you can do that through Facebook groups. You can do that on Gumtree. You can do that just by knocking doors, or letting people know that you buy properties. And so when you buy direct to vendor, you can save on estate agency fees for them, which means you can get a better price. You might get someone that's more motivated, or you could be creative, right? Maybe you'll find someone that's in negative equity. And so that could be somebody that you could approach and offer them a lease option. If you don't know what a lease option is, that is where you secure a price on a property today and you pay them the money on completion in 7 years, which is a good option. Well, it's a lease option, so it's a good option. So you can check out my channel. I've got some videos on that if you want to know how that is. Sorry, I'm looking down on my notes just to make sure I cover everything, just in case you're wondering, what is he looking at? So far, if you found this video useful, do give me a quick like on the video, guys. That really helps with YouTube. Questions, get those in below, or comments or opinions, do comment on the videos as well, guys. Now, how you can get better deals as well is just getting ready before you start going out to the market. So pick a solicitor that you're going to work with, get your mortgage in place. So speak to a broker. You can get a decision in principle for a certain amount of money. That's going to speed up the process. Then when you're talking to agents, they want to offer the property for sale to people that are certain that they're going to complete. And so if you can get things like your solicitor in place, your proof of funds in place, your mortgage in place, rather than waiting, which a lot of people do, you're going to get a better offer. The agents right now are worried about sales completing. And so if you can really get across that you have got everything sorted, you've got your mortgage offer, you've got your funds in place, you've got your solicitor in place, you can act fast, that means you're going to get ahead of everybody else for sure. So definitely look at that as well. Now, the other thing that you can do is in these uncertain times is picking the right strategy. Now, I watch tons of YouTube channels. I'm sure you do too. There's a load of people out there that do flips, right? And that's where you buy a property, you renovate it or add value to that property, and then you sell it on for a profit. Now, I don't think that's a very good strategy at this time. I always buy to hold my properties, right? So I don't ever plan to sell any of my properties for now. And my goal is to always hold those properties for as long as I physically can. Now, I just think that flips could be a little dangerous at the moment because often you will buy a flip on something called a bridging loan. You might get delays getting a mortgage at the moment, which means that all your profit could get eroded from that kind of deal. So that's where I worry a little bit about flips. So what deals could be good, strategies could be good? Well, rent to rent is a recession proof thing because that's when you rent a property and then you rent it out again as serviced accommodation or as an HMO. There's videos on the channel again about that if you want to know how that works. Other strategies that could be good is just straight serviced accommodation. So maybe you have a buy to let and you rent it out as a serviced accommodation. HMOs are very good because you get more margin in there. You're going to make more money each property that you have. So that's another key consideration. HMOs are a good option for you guys. And other things that you can do is the buy, refurbish, refinance, but just make sure you've got funding in place. You make sure you've got mortgages being worked on at the same time. You don't get stuck on a bridging loan, right? Slightly different to flipping because you're going to keep the property long term. So there's tons of things that you can be doing to make some money during these difficult times. So first thing is follow up. Next, look at the auctions, right? They're going to get really busy in the next few months. There's going to be some great deals in there. Go direct to landlords as well, direct to vendor, and make sure you pick a strategy that works for you and your family. There are tons of different property strategies. We cover all of those on this channel, and I hope you can get some value from those. And look, we're going to teach you guys actually in a live event how to do that. So I'd love to invite you along to one of my live events. In the link in the description, you can click on that and get yourself in the line to get a VIP ticket to that event once we go live with tickets for that. So do that now. Click on that link, fill in your details, and come and meet me in London. Learn how to make some money in property, and let's help you guys take yourself to the next level. Do like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, good, whatever you want to say, or bad, or questions, anything, but comment something, guys. and do go and check out all my other videos, including this one right here.